What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to change the brakes on the Boulevard M50. First off, you're going to need brake pads, .4 brake fluid, and a friend with tools. So stick around, let's get this done first. So yeah, on these 05 Suzuki Boulevards, the front brake is single disc, and then your brake calipers here. I have a good idea on how to do it. I've never done it before, but I'm assuming it's just like the brakes on any other vehicle. You just got one caliper, take the brake reservoir cap off, push in the piston, change the pads. I could be wrong though, we'll see. But the reason we're only doing the front brakes today and not the rear brakes is the rear brakes are, if it picks it up, are drum brakes. And in order to do that, we got to pull the tire off, and then the M50 is shaft driven, which means there's going to be drive line fluid and everything like that. I got to replace these tires here pretty soon anyway, so we'll just do that all in one. Plus the brakes don't even need to be replaced on the rear right now, so we'll just conquer the front today. Guys, first thing you're going to want to do is wrap your brake reservoir with something absorbent. .3 and .4 brake fluid can actually stain chrome, metal, human flesh. So you want to make sure you get that all wrapped up and everything. But then, yes, you're going to take your brake fluid reservoir cap off gingerly. And then make sure you got a turkey baster, because you're going to want to pull all the extra fluids out, because you're going to be compressing and it's going to bubble, and then it's just brake fluid goes everywhere. You got a bad day and pretty much ruin your bike. Go out and get a new one. And then also, it's important too, while you're working on this, to hire a Mexican to do your pipes.
That's okay, I do good jobs. Call me at 1-800, get your pipe pimped up, and we will go from there. And I do night calls, but those are extra. You can pay me in tacos. Taco! Carne asada, you know, this is how you do it. Just get it all nice and clean. Take it all apart here and get it all nice, and it also protects and gets it all protected, so when water and mud and caca falls on or you run over that bunny, it will come right off.
That ain't funny, because I ran over a bunny the other day. So that's your speedo cable. That's going to be in the way, so just pop the zip tie and you can actually pull it over here. There's no reason to disengage it. And your first set of bolts to get the caliper off are going to be Uno 1 and Uno 2. I don't know why I just grabbed the tire like that was going to help. Here, I'll hold the tire.
Keep it from moving.
If you've never done brakes on a bike, but you've done them on a car, it's basically the same concept. Things are a little switched around, but I mean, if you look at it long enough, you'll figure it out. Then the whole caliper comes off.
You got this brake line pinching clip. It's got a grommet, so you should be able to just push it out the back.
There we go.
That's it.
Just like that, caliper's off. Here, I got her. So, like everything in life, you want to watch it when you work on brakes, because even though it's illegal to still make them, you can still buy brake pads that are made out of asbestos. So, wear gloves. And if you're using an air compressor or anything, make sure you wear a mask too, so you don't inhale that stuff. As I literally hold it with my hand and scratch my nose.
Hey, we don't need no stinking mask, Holmes. I'll do asbestos.
Asbestos?
It sounds like a Mexican word for stinky. I have a stinky. Don't put it on.
Ooh, and then okay. Remove your little Carter pin right here, which was down right there.
It was right inside here.
Yeah, right there. And there's your little Carter pin. You're going to pull that out.
See the hole? Goes through that hole there.
Yeah. And then this whole piece will slide out right there. That'll free up one side of your brake pads. This thing's so tiny. And then your top ones just slide out.
Now this one sets in on top of the pistons here. This one goes on the rod and rotates down in position.
Yeah.
So you just rotate it up and off.
They still look fairly good.
Yeah, they don't look too bad. I mean, you still had some life on them. They still had life in them.
Yeah. Get them done when you can.
Hold on to that. Oh, you want to grab the brake cleaner?
Yep.
Either way.
Oh yeah, brake cleaner too. It's not essential, but it helps. Yeah. Get in there real good, bike. Yeah.
Let me get in there so that your bike's gonna be like, oh, Poppy. And some. Your bike's gonna get pregnant. I'm good on my cleaner.
So sometimes your brake pads will come with a new retention clip right here. If not, though, you can use the old one. But if it does come with it, go ahead and replace that. So these are your plunger inserts. They came actually out of your piston right here. They just pop right out. So once you get them popped out, go ahead and give them a little clean up and everything. And then once that's said and done, you just slide them back in there. So now, since we got the caliper cleaned up and everything and the plungers put back in the pistons, you got to actually compress the pistons. And if you have a fancy caliper
compressor.
If you have a fancy caliper compressor, that works ideal. But if not, C-clamp, anything, you know. Just don't hit it with a hammer. Now you could put the C-clamp on the plunger if you want. That's a bad idea. Best thing to do is actually get the old brake pad, stick it in there, and use the brake pad to compress the pistons. Because if you screw up the old brake pad, who cares? If you screw up those pistons, you're going to have to get a whole new caliper, and then you're looking at some money.
That's right, here you go. And then the rod goes through that.
Yeah. We can edit all that out.
Hey, man.
Alright, now you're just reassembling it basically the way you disassembled it, except you lost your carter pin because you're an idiot and didn't put it away. Oop.
It's going to go right in that hole there. Your camera's blowing the light.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, there we go. Can you see it now? Maybe shoot from where I'm at. You can see the hole right there.
Yeah.
That's it. It's on there.
Cool. And then you just slide it back over your disc. Yeah, there was one video on how to do this, and it was from a guy who barely spoke English, and the camera was like probably to that tree.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and I'm like, you can't even see what he's doing. You don't have to over torque it, but just make sure it is snug though.
Yeah. Make sure you put that back on.
Yeah.
Just pop right back in. Like that.
Alright, and at this time you're going to take your .4 or your .3, but most motorcycles take .4, and you're going to refill your brake fluid reservoir. Make sure you fill it to the line, nothing more.
You want the reservoir as level as possible.
Yeah, you want the reservoir as level as possible, and then that's your line right there. Or on some motorcycles it might say fill here.
Or it might be on the outside by the sight glass.
Yeah. Creamy.
First.
So now you're going to put in your little gasket. Diaphragm, whatever you call it.
Alright guys,
Your little plastic piece.
you wanted cranberry, right?
We're filming here.
Oh, we just fucked that up, didn't we?
It was a PT channel until just then. Make sure you clean your cap off. Stick it on there. Don't forget to put the screws back in, or you'll be flying down the road, it come off, smack you in your face, knock you out, fall down, fall horribly. So now, because you've let air into the system, you're going to want to pump your brakes a few times. There we go. See, the first 2 pumps I literally had no brakes, now I got nice stiff brakes. And congratulations, you just changed the brake on your Suzuki Boulevard M50, you and all other 500 people who own an M50. Do it!